What's going on, y'all? Tech Me out here, and in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at my filming space. All right, y'all, so to give you like a quick overview of some of the things we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna be talking about the different stations that I have in my filming space here, as well as some of the gear, setup, workflow, all that good stuff. So everything that I mentioned, most of the things I mentioned, I got to thinking it's a lot I'm gonna be covering. Most of the things I'm mentioning in this video are gonna be linked down below, but if it's something that isn't linked that you wanna know more about, just let me know down in the comments and I'll see what I can do. So in this room, it's just strictly dedicated to filming. I don't have to have a workstation in here, so it's just space to record. I have a separate room actually, which I'll do probably a tour on later, which is my editing space, AKA the office. So first thing first here, we have the desk from Fully. No, this is from Autonomous. This one is like 42 or 47 inches long. It's long enough for me to basically do my talking head A-roll shots. It does raise up. Most of the time I am seated, but it's nice, especially if I wanna change the shot up a little bit. Now, this setup right here is a little incomplete because on the wall back here, I'm actually gonna have, a mount up here that's gonna hold my background paper. I just have to get it done. And that way, when I film this way, meaning like with the camera down there, me here, I'll then have the background there, and that's the end vision with it. Right here is the Aperture 120D with the 2nd generation softbox. Absolutely worth it. I had the 1st gen, and this one is night and day, and it is worth the upgrade. So that's here on a C-stand that rolls. That way we can move it about the room or move it into another area of the home. So this is the control unit, and on the back, it actually has an area where we can mount a battery so that then this becomes portable. So I don't have to be plugged into a wall. It basically operates off of the battery that it's attached to. So I love this. Absolutely love this. Now also down here is these mix tiles. So you might have saw this in my last office, like a preview, but basically I have a bunch of female artists that I absolutely love, which I do plan on putting on the wall in here somewhere. But for the time being, they are on this wax paper so that they don't stick to each other. So I got different artists here. Disregard that box. This box here though is the mount that's gonna go on the wall over there. And that's all that's in this corner. But taking it back to this desk, this is where I do like my tips and tricks and things like that. Up here, I currently have a stand for an iPad so that I can refer to it for my keynotes. So I don't really script videos, but I like to write talking points. So I'm not forgetting anything that I want to say, and my thoughts are a little bit more concise, if you want to call it. Although they're very long still. Then I have this cup that has some pins, which actually I don't even think is gonna live here. And then to the right of that, I have this mount, which is great for my phone so that I can put it up here and actually film downward and hopefully get some more IG Reels out. So this is a teleprompter over here, and this is something that I'm considering using in place of the iPad that I normally have over here with my key points. Haven't really had much experience with one, but I think it might be a better solution potentially when I film. I have a plant for decor, and normally, honestly, is a camera mounted right here that is shooting downward. So this is how I get what's called my B-roll, meaning the shots that are on the table, secondary shots. My A-roll is shot straight in front of me, and that is typically either with Joel holding the camera or with a tripod here that's filming me. So A-roll, B-roll. Right here is my monitor so that I can see what I'm looking at from here downward. And yeah, this is my setup where I'm sitting behind the desk. This is what it looks like. Normally there's a chair here, but it's in the editing room right now. So that's, yeah. All right, so over here we got a lot going on. First off, we have I know this is not called a UGO light, but that's a light over here. I can't think of the correct name. We're gonna throw it up in the video and down below. But what is this called? This light is nice. It has a detachable remote, which actually magnetizes here. It lets you increase the brightness, decrease it, as well as change the color. So you can diffuse it, get the battery up here, put it on a stand, which we actually might swap out for a monopod. I also have sandbags. That way when we have something in here that's a bit heavy and we don't want it to topple over, we use those. Now taking it over here, we have my Brother printer. Now, big thank you as well to Brother for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel and also sending this out to help power my workflow. Cause this right here, it's pretty nice. It's actually a fax machine, copy, scanner, and printer in one. On top of that, they also have a Brother Easy Print Refresh subscription service. Now, the cool thing with that is that it monitors how many pages that you print. And based on the subscription package of pages that you print, it then provides you with ink and toner. So it automatically gets shipped to your door so you don't have to leave your home. You pretty much like set it and forget it. Plus, on top of that, you can give it a test run with a risk-free trial to better determine which plan is gonna be best for you. Now, when I happen to have those scenarios where I don't use all of my pages, I like that it just moves over to the next month so I don't lose anything. And I also like that it gives me one low monthly fee without any other things like shipping costs. But one thing to be mindful of is that it doesn't matter how much ink or toner you use because you're using pages printed instead. Now, when it comes to setting it up, all you have to do is make sure your printer and your phone are connected to the same Wi-Fi network or Ethernet during setup. Also, make sure that you have your printer info, serial number, and credit card handy as well. But if you're interested in seeing the video that I did for Brother, you can check that out on the Brother Office Facebook page. I'll have a link down below for you in the description box. But this is definitely something that has came in hand, especially in here. And it's wireless too, so I can actually be anywhere and print to this. Then moving to the right of that, we have a charging station. Oh my God. So this comes from Belkin, and we have all these different cords. We're gonna make this cleaner, you know, in terms of like making the cords look more uniformed and better together type deal. So yeah, we charge the phones and tablets here. Right now we have a few things being juiced up. And I love this because oftentimes I'm just running around finding an empty wall outlet, plugging in an adapter on the fly, but to have this, it centralizes everything and it is so worth it. So there's a hub inside connected to a power adapter that's providing juice to all of this. But something that it's on is this IKEA unit. The name of this escapes me, but I'll link it. And then beneath it, I have my tablets. Beneath that, I have my computer accessories. And then beneath that, I have my computers. I want this to look a little bit cleaner so they're not stacked on top of each other like this. But I'll figure something out, but in the meantime, that's what we're working with. Then to the left here, we actually have these doors that keep a little bit of the decor items that we like to use as filming props. Funny story, this one right here is actually the first camera that I ever owned. And it was gifted to me by my parents. They gifted me this camera a couple years ago, actually, for my birthday. And my dad was the first person I recorded. What started the love for videography? This camera right here. And look, y'all, I even kept the freaking tag on it. Like, then underneath here, I have a bin with Nintendo Switch accessories. And then I have a bin with Kodak camera stuff that I need to unbox and check out. Now, moving over here, this is a Husky. This thing, what people do not tell you is how hard it is to get from A to B, or maybe they do. Maybe it was the videos I watched. This thing is heavy. I thought it was like 300 pounds. At least this one I have is heavy, but it's more like 5 or 6. Right now, the cool thing with this is that it actually has this, which is a crank. So you can wind it up. I hope nothing makes me look silly. We have additional storage under here of things like we don't need to access as readily, but still want access to. And so that's cool. I like that. That's a unique element about this. I just wish it cranked faster. There you go. Now on top up here is where we have a couple of items. So these are the items that I'm actually selling. I have a couple of things in this stack. Now moving to the right of that, I have my cameras. Now something that I'm really trying to do is make as many common setups that I use a grab and go setup. So basically have a camera that lives on this that I don't really take off. And this right now is the Sony a7S III. I don't know if it'll be the camera that lives up here permanently, but for now, it's the one. So the cool thing here is that it allows you to mount it like this, or I could take it off and mount it vertically so that I could quickly grab vertical video. It's on a switch pod with a video head. Don't you want to be the person outside like this? Then right here, we have all the things on which we're charging for the gear that we use. And it's actually connected to a power outlet on the right side here of the Husky. Then we have a salt lamp right here at the back and a camera right here in the center. This is another vlogging camera that we use. This is the Sony RX100 Mark VII because this one has an external mic output. So it's cool because it's on this Manfrotto Pixie, which allows you to move it like this. And I love vlogging like this. Like, it's so discreet and compact. But when you want better quality, move over to the big dog, okay? All right, now taking a look in these drawers. This top drawer here is where we have all the camera lenses. And I love it because I was nervous at first it was gonna roll around, but this little felt material keeps it in place. So when you close the drawer or open it, nothing moves, but all the lenses are in here. Different cameras like the GoPro and accessories. But yeah, that's this drawer here. And look, it's soft close. I could also lock it. You wanna make sure nothing gets taken out of here. But over here on the left side, I have my mics. So those are set up in here, audio accessories. I have the Rode. The mic that I use 95% of the time and that I'm actually using right now is the Sennheiser, I forget the model name, but it's a lav and I've used it for years. And I know it's not cheap, but it is absolutely worth every penny. Like, you will get your money's worth. It's just clutch, and it does a great job at isolating your voice and removing background noise. So highly recommend it, cannot recommend it enough. Shut that. And as you can see, we have labels as well, so we're really organized. Then we have lights in here. So we got my little clamps and lights, as well as some microfiber cloth so we can keep things nice and clean. Then we have the phone drawer. So this is one of two. The second one is this one, which has the current phones in it. So older archived phones here, current phones that are out or that we're reviewing are in here. And then beneath that are the gimbals. So all the gimbals and their accessories are in here. Then we have my batteries, ND filters and SD cards, and then my tripods. Now personally, I love this, like just to have everything organized like that. It makes it a lot easier, less frustrating when it comes to filming or grabbing things that I need to travel with to film. And at the bottom, we actually put wheels on it, and we have these bins from IKEA that are holding additional accessories, and we use the label maker to label each item so that we know what's in the bin. But I love those bins, they're super nice, very clean aesthetic, easy to grab. Moving right along from there, we have a bin full of face masks. Now beneath that is my travel bin. So I have like accessories and things that I like to travel with. So like neck pillows, bags for my cables or tech accessories. All of that is in here. Eye covers when I'm on a plane, a fan, just random stuff that I like to take with me that are more on the bulkier side. And then beneath that is where I have all my sanitation things that I take when traveling, from my Purell wipes, sanitizer, tissue, earplugs, COVID test. This is a safe space for fellow germaphobes and those that might be a little OCD. This black cart right here, we're pretty much using this as we film to hold products or just anything that we need in the moment, so it's just not scattered about in the room. Instead, it's collected here. Oops, okay. And then back here is the closet. Now, it is organized actually. It wasn't always this way. But we finally have some space cleared in here. So right now the setup consists of like tall tripods and mics right here in the center, cases that they go in at the bottom, filming paper over here on the left, and additional cases and book bags over here on the right, or a book bag, the one that I use when I'm doing certain filming projects, are over here on the right. And at the top is my collection of book bags. I have a ton, and I actually just cleansed them, so this is what's left. I'm always curious about how other tech reviewers or content creators that have a lot of things to store, how they store them, you know? Because it's like you're trying to make your own solution, and I don't know, it was so difficult. But it's like I always wanted the space, and then I got the space and I'm like, how am I gonna stage it? So anyway, moving over here to the right, we have the IKEA unit that I referenced earlier, and this is where we have the products that need to be reviewed. So the top shelf actually has some phones and items that are more immediate that need to be taken a look at. Second most important items here. And then down here are items that still need to be unboxed, from mobile accessories to car accessories, just a random collection of things that we could show on the channel. And then taking it back over here, we have the whiteboard, which should be on the wall, which will eventually get on the wall, but this is where we'll jot down like things that we're trying to get done today, task at hand that we have individually, just a way for us to stay organized with something that's a clear view without having to pull out our phones. All right, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, we covered quite a bit, and the room is still coming along. Like, I want to get some art on the wall and further flesh it out. But in the meantime, I think we're at a good spot. Definitely further along than where we started. And I'm super excited to see how the room evolves over time as we further define our workflow. And I forgot one item, y'all. This right here is like a great travel tripod. It is super light, super compact. It actually gets even smaller than this, so it goes down to like this. And inside of here, you have actually a mount that you can take out and put it up here so that you can mount your phone. So I love the fact that it's built in here, and the legs are just like super easy to extend. I will have this link below as well, but I cannot believe I almost forgot that. But that's gonna do it for this one. As always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.